This video is sponsored by PoketownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. They have a huge variety up on their website, including the new Battle Style set, so definitely check out the website and you can use the coupon code ZapDoseTCG for 5% of your complete order. How wonderful is that? Even for this stuff like ReshiZard codes, Mew Mew codes, Luke Metal codes, Eternatus codes, Zacian codes, League Battle decks, you name it. Be sure to check out the website, it's awesome. Also, check out cardmarket.com. This is a European platform that I personally use every single day. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe, which is actually very wonderful. And you can just go on the website by clicking that link, the affiliated link in the description. You're gonna be helping me out a ton. Anyhow, without further ado, let's just get this video started. I'm already hyped up. Hopefully you guys are hyped as well. Peace! What's up YouTube, it's ZapDoseTCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. Today we're going to be doing something very special. This is my binder at the moment when real life tournaments were actually going around, and I collected all the trainer cards and special energies and all that good stuff to actually make decks with. So in this video we're actually going to be showcasing which cards are rotating from the trainer cards as well as the special energies, and maybe look at my other binder as well. So I know that real life tournaments will happen very shortly, and we're actually going to be seeing which cards will be impactful and which cards we actually lose and keep. So yeah, hopefully guys will find this a very informative video, with lots of information. We're gonna be going into this video straight from the bat. So as you can see, we're gonna be starting off with trainer cards, like first of all items, then tool cards, then supporters, then stadiums, etc. And this is my entire binder that I actually used to make decks with. So I thought this would be a very crazy video for you guys, so actually you can follow along which cards we're actually losing. The very important factor to know is which cards are rotating. You can see that on the card right here. For example, this is a quick ball, and on the left bottom corner you see that it has the D logo on there, and that means all the cards from the D block are legal for tournament play starting in September. So in September there's going to be a rotation, Sword and Shield onwards, and that means all of the cards that don't have that regulation mark on the left bottom corner are now going to be illegal. And the first card on the list that actually becomes illegal is none other than Cherish Ball. I still remember getting a Cherish Ball from a League Cup, as you can see. So there's two versions of this Cherish Ball. Cherish Ball saw a lot of play in Mewtwo decks, saw a lot of play in ADP, even saw some play in Ability-Zard and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is a great card. Immediately searching out the GX, we're gonna have to say goodbye to that. So you will see how this binder will actually get, lots of, it will create a lot of room because lots of these cards will be rotated. Level Ball, as you can see, it doesn't have a regulation mark, but it got reprinted in Battle Style. So as you can see, this one does have the regulation mark. That has the regulation mark E. That's going to be taken into consideration for future rotations. Right now, the regulation marks D and E are legal with the Sword and Shield on. So basically, any Sword and Shield card onwards. And we're gonna have to say goodbye to communication. I have a ton of communications. I think this was a card back in black and white. And we're gonna have to say goodbye. Yeah, this is the black and white artwork. We have the special artwork from the Trainer Toolkit, Team Up card, communication. We had a ton of these. So this is my entire binder that I used to make decks with. So that's understandable because communication saw a lot of play. Who remembers using communication in your deck? Maybe you're playing a stage 1 deck that needs to search out their evolution. You could have searched out other Pokemon, for instance, the Danny GX for consistency. So this card actually was very versatile. Saw a huge amount of play. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to say goodbye to that. The following card is Electromagnetic Radar. I know PikaRom is rotating, but Electromagnetic Radar was actually the heart and soul. So you can search out your PikaRom or Raichu and Alolan Raichu GX. You could have searched out 2 GXs in the past. You even could have searched out Zero Aura GX from Last Thunder that already rotated, and now we're actually saying goodbye to GXs altogether and Electromagnetic Radar along with that. So this is a card from Unbroken Bonds that actually saw play in PikaRom. So pretty damn interesting. Okay, next card on the list is Tag Call. This is the same scenario. The tag teams are getting rotated out of the format. Tag Call was very nice because he had that engine going around with Melolana, Cynthia Catlin, Goose Hala, even at one point the Balelba and Bryson Man before it got banned. But Tag Call was very good. Still sees a huge amount of play in Rowlet and Alolan Executor decks. For instance, with the Mew Mew, you can also search this, your tag teams out as well as your supporter of turn. So that was very, very impactful, and still sees plays in Luke Metal. Unfortunately, it's going to be rotating. Next up on the list is Duststone. Not that impactful. You could still evolve into your Hunchcrow GX if you want to. The problem with this Duststone is, of course, that Ms. Magius got banned, so we don't have any use for this. Saw some play early on in those log decks with, of course, we had Ms. Magius blowing itself up, then Reset Stamp, and then Duskmore Trevenant finishes the job, and you have no hand to start off with. Evolution Incense is a card we're keeping, so we can just put that over here. Not a lot of ball engine cards left. Rare Candy is also a card that sticks around, but I'm not gonna be moving all those card slots around. Let's just hop over to the next page, shall we? Okay, there's a lot of things to see here. Okay, on this page we see Pokegear. We keep that because we got a reprint in Sword and Shield. Rotom Bike, we keep that. Judge Whistle saw a little bit of play, but now is actually rotating. It actually draws one card or searches your discard pile for a Judge card. Unfortunately, Judge got like completely outplayed by Marnie, which is a better Judge in general. Next card is Great Catcher. We do keep the big Nugget, actually the Nugget in general. It's a card from Rebel Clash. Great Catcher. Who remembers like Great Catcher for game? Getting your Dedenne, and getting your Mawile, and getting your Oricorio, getting the ADP, slap it around. So Great Catcher, very good. But right now, we don't have to worry about losing Great Catcher just because of the fact that GXs also will leave the format. And I think this is probably one of the best rotations ever, in the sense of we're losing tag teams, which actually were broken to begin with. And this also means in this rotation, we're still keeping the most consistent card. We have Quick Ball, we have Research, we have Marnie, so that's good. A card that I don't like see going is the Reset Stamp here. Reset Stamp gets rotated out. We have some alternate artworks here and there. So Reset Stamp, this was actually a comeback card. I love the comeback mechanic of like, oh no, I'm behind in prizes. Maybe I can stamp them and get back in the game. I love that. Now we're saying goodbye to that. The only way we're able to do that is going with Marnie. But on the other hand, they could still draw Research out of the Marnie. So next card is the Dangerous Drill. Saw a little bit of play in the Eternatus list, but not too much. Allows you to discard a Darkness Pokemon from hand, and then you can discard a Tool card or Special Energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Could have been awesome. Crushing Hammers. We still keep around cards of Crushing Hammers. Unfortunately, who hates this card? Let me know in the comment section below. Chip Ice Axe. Control decks are losing the control archetype. With Chip, you can no longer decide what the top card of your opponent's deck is, which will be very hard for milling archetypes in general. Devolution Prey never saw a lot of play. I had some high hopes with it with the Lycanroc GX, but now it is gone. So the evolving Pokemon it was from Unbroken Bonds. The next card is Return Label. It seems to be stuck in here. Okay, Return Label is gone. Never saw play, so I'm not going to be talking about it at all. It was a card from Team Up. Next is Surprise Box, going hand in hand with Gengar Mimikyu Tag Team. You probably will never need this anymore because Mawile also gets rotated out. Mawile GX. This also saw some play in control decks with one copy of Surprise Box in combination with the Mawile GX. Next is the Unidentified Fossils. Say goodbye to your fossils. We had them from Unified Minds. We had even some of them with Forbidden Light, and even some with Ultra Prism. Lots of unidentified fossil. I know these ones have rotated a little bit earlier, but thanks to a reprint, as you can see, if you have the exact same name, you can use older copies of the card. If it has the exact same text and the name. So no more fossils. Next up, no more Lily's Pokédoll. Oh boy, I used this in my Green Brown deck, what actually was very successful at top 16 and regionals and stuff. Lily's Pokédoll is huge. It buys yourself a turn. But now with Rebel Clash introducing like Bossasaurus, this actually got introduced in the format without Bossasaurus, and then it was so powerful. Who remembers Florges Dolls and all that funky stuff? So yeah, this is insane. You also have decks to actually keep looping your Lily's Pokédoll. You can hide. Yeah, this also doesn't give up a prize card if it gets knocked out, and that's why it was so good. Say goodbye to your Lily's Pokédoll from Cosmic Eclipse. Switch is still around. We have multiple copies. Sword and Shield. Yeah, even older copies. This is one from Celestial Storm, I think. Tag Switch, same story, the tag teams are gone, so moving around energies was good. Still see some play in Jit 2, aka Galaxy Mewtwo, but now not anymore. Escape Rope, still legal. Well, I'm just gonna put it like here, because you guys cannot see it otherwise. So as you can see, we keep around the switches. Escape Rope got reprinted in Battle Styles, and Tool Scrapper is also something we're keeping, which is awesome. There's still Tool Gemmer, so it's not even too much needed, but it's still doing the job, getting rid of tool cards. Following step is Energy Spinner, gone. We still keep Energy Switch, actually Energy Surge, but this was, ooh, look at that, a lost Pokemon Communication. Anyhow, we lose Energy Spinner, which was a very, very huge card in a lot of decks, and ADP, and yeah, other decks like Blacephalon. You could be actually using this if you go second, getting yourself 3 energies. Also saw play in Green Zard decks and all that. Very, very impactful card. Energy Retrieval, I think this is a card we are keeping, yeah, as to be expected. It is a reprint, and Sword and Shield, Scoop Up Net we keep, Saucer we keep, Capacious Bucket we keep, Potion we keep. I don't even know why we need Potion, but we still keep it. Same story for Hyper Potion, which is a card from Sword and Shield. So next up, another healing card is Great Potion. As you can see, all the cards that work with GXs are also gone with it. So Great Potion, Tag Switch, Tackle, all that madness. Moomochis we keep. Palpat also saw a reprint, so we still keep that. I think so, right? Yeah, it was a reprint on Sword and Shield. Lana's Fishing Rod, interesting card. We saw some play with it the previous format with Malamar. Doesn't see a lot of play right now because it got outclassed by, of course, Ordinary Rod from Sword and Shield. So say goodbye to your Lana's Fishing Rod. Allow you to shuffle in one of your tool cards as well as a Pokemon. Familiar Bell, we keep that. Could be interesting because we do lose yeah, certain cards, but this actually allows you to search a Pokemon that already has, yeah, put it in the discard pile. So something like Mad Party could use that. But on the other hand, we're going to be seeing that Mad Party will lose a couple of impactful cards. We still have rare fossils, interestingly enough. Turbo Patch is also around. Same goes for Drone Rotom. And yeah, Stadium Navigator from Unified Minds. Say goodbye to that. I played this to search out my Heat Factory Prism Star, but I also left the format a little bit earlier on. All the rest of these cards we keep except for Fire Crystal. And you will see that Fire gets slapped in the face tremendously. No more Giant Heart, no more Fire Crystal, no more Welder. You'll see that soon enough, so say goodbye to your retrieval of the energies, although you have Energy Recycler and you still have Energy Retrieval. So there's still ways to get back energies, but Fire Crystal was actually very, very good as an item card. Alright, the next page contains... Yeah, these are the last of the items, by the way. Energy Switch we keep. I think so, right? Energy Switch. This is a card from Sun and Moon, but I think I saw another copy of Energy Switch. I still think we keep Energy Switch. Should have checked that. If I'm wrong, Energy Switch is gone, but I think Energy Switch saw a reprint in Sword and Shield. Not 100% certain, but I think so. Okay, moving forward, the tool cards. U-turn board, fantastic one-of in your deck. If you have a 1 retreat cost, your entire deck has a 1 retreat cost, this is fantastic. If it gets discarded from play, it actually goes back in hand. So I'll play with Whimsicott. Whimsicott is actually going to be crying about that because now they will need more tool cards, and U-turn board actually allow them to attack infinitely. Not going to be happening anymore. Air Balloon we keep, Big Charm we keep, Buff Padding. Recently saw play yeah, in Colossal VMAX as well as Snorlax VMAX, getting yourself 50 additional HP. Not that universal like Big Charm, but still very good card. From Team Up, we say goodbye to. Vitality Band we keep, but Karate Belt is gone. So Rapid Strike Urshifu will now need 2 attachments. No need for Welder, no Tapu Koko Prism Star, no Karate Belt. You will need to attach twice, which is a bummer for fighting type decks, that's for sure, because Crushing Hammer is still around. Beast Tide, never saw play. I tried it out in Blacephalon, but it was a little bit clunky. You slap 10 damage for every prize card, damage to your opponent's active for every prize card you have taken. So you could have actually slapped like 50 additional damage, but on the other hand, having an extra Fire Energy in hand was way better in Blounce. Next up is Giant Bomb. Recently stopped playing Galarian Rapidash V-Dex. If you get slap damage and if it's higher than 180 damage, the opponent gets 10 damage. We say goodbye to that. Saw a lot more play in Japan than here. Metal Goggles, say goodbye. Now you are able to get Galarian Zigzagoon pinged and get affected by some stuff. So stuff like, we'll see what happens in the near future with abilities, but yeah. Third reduction of damage, talking about reduction of damage. Metal Core Barrier, never saw play of Unbroken Bonds. This actually was way better than the Metal Frying Pan and the Metal Goggles and all that, but only worked for 1 turn. So if the opponent didn't attack in the first place, this was useless. Stealthy Hood, shutting down the effects of abilities done to your Pokemon, is now gone. Still sees a lot of play because Mewtwo is weak to Mimikyu, and now we'll say goodbye to Stealthy Hood and altogether. Next is Island Challenge Amulet, making sure that your GX Pokemon gets 100 less HP, but on the other hand, yeah, what happens next is that the opponent takes one less prize card. So that actually is a card we also have for VMAX. I think it's Heroes Medal or something. So yeah, for the GXs, yeah, just throw away your GXs. As you can see, this binder gets very, very empty right now. Okay, moving forward. Okay, we have the one and only Earringer, never saw play. If you want to know what it does, if the opponent attacks you, the attacking Pokemon is now confused. Lucky Egg we keep, which is something I like. Beastbringer! Yeah, I don't think there's any good Ultra Beast anymore. They need to reprint Blacephalon ASAP with something better. So Beastbringer, I saw a lot of success with this in the Players Cup 1 and the Players Cup 2 and even Players Cup 3. I just love playing Beastbringer, knocking out tag teams, taking 4 prize cards. That was kind of my vibe, you know? As for the berries, we keep them, never saw play anyhow. Then for this is something people never ever used, which I found very funky. The Z crystals, Normalium Z, Flyinium Z, as well as Dragonium Z, allows you to actually have an additional attack. You can create GX move for Pokemon that have specific attacks. For this one, you had Need Air Slash. For this Dragon Claw and this Tackle, never saw play, hilariously enough. Moving forward, we keep the Parasol, we keep the Cape of Toughness, I like this. We keep the Struggle Gloves. Next card, the Bellowing Smoke. Also, we keep that. All these cards are pretty recent, I think. Telescopic Sight, awesome. Rocky Helmet saw a reprint. Tool Jammer sees more play. These scrolls for the Urshifus, respectfully. EXP Share saw a reprint. In Battle Styles, Rusted Sword and Rusted Shield, respectfully, for Zamazenta. Okay, as you can see, we actually kept a lot of these cards. Let's just put them over here so you guys can see them one more time. We all keep these tool cards, so still lots of tool cards in the format, I would say. Moving forward, supporters. Okay, this is actually awesome. Yeah, the main core of a deck is Research, Boss, and Marnie. We keep all of those. How easy is that? Some impactful supporters we are losing is Green's Exploration. It actually got myself a trophy in Paris, the green deck. Before we actually go even further, let's take all of these cards so we can talk about them all together. Okay, with a close-up on the card, of course. Roxy, this sub-play, you can actually discard Pokemon that aren't GXs or EXs and draw 3 cards for every Pokemon you discard in this way. Mad Party still sometimes uses this. Saw a huge amount of play with the Wheezing, so you can spread around the blowing up some damage counters with Wheezing or Coughing. What else? Green's Exploration, love this. If you didn't have any Pokemon with abilities in play, you actually were able to scout your deck for 2 trainer cards. You can get yourself Great Catcher Reset Stamp, you can get yourself Reset Stamp Power Plant, you can get yourself Energy Spinner, you can get yourself a Stadium, you can get yourself a supporter for the next turn, you can get yourself an Unidentified Fossil Rare Candy. It was all possible with green. In my testing, I played this a lot when Beastbringer was, actually Beast Ring was still around. 2 Beast Rings out of nowhere. It was fantastic. Welder. A moment of silence for Welder. We are losing the most busted supporter that has ever been printed. Energy Acceleration while drawing cards. Ridiculous. All the fire Pokemon you look up right now say like, ooh, if we didn't have Welder, that card would suck. With Welder, all of them became busted. Think about Charizard Reshiram. Think about Heatran GX. Think about Blacephalon. If we didn't have Welder, all of them would actually be very terrible. So that's how good Welder was, putting fire on the map. Coach Trainer, drawing 4 cards if you are active Pokemon as a tag team. Tag teams are gone. The Tackle Engine, Cynthia Callan, getting a supporter back from discard pile while drawing 3 cards, but actually very good in stall decks. Very good, to be honest. Erica's Hospitality, I did play this with my Zapdos Lucario deck all the way back in Cannes, and it actually got myself top 8 at our special event, which is awesome. So Erica, very nice. If the opponent has a big bench space, actually a lot of bench Pokemon, you can actually draw a lot of cards. I actually played this on stream as well against some people, so that was awesome. Ingo and Emmett never saw play because we have research, but this actually allows you to discard your hand and draw either the top 5 cards of your deck or the top bottom cards of your deck. So the bottom cards could be interesting now in a format with Marnie, but on the other hand, nobody actually bothered because these are the staples of the post-rotation format, and they are still they are the staples right now as well. Next up, so many weird supporters. Erica, useless. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about them very shortly. Let's just get all of these out that we have to say goodbye to. So that's a lot of them. Wow. Blues Tactics. Did anybody ever play that? Yeah, Hapu. There's Misty's Favor. Who remembers the Slow Dog deck? Dan is something we're keeping. Oh, damn. Red and blue. Ultra Force Card Envoy. Okay, let's start off with this page first. Erica, each player may draw up to 3 cards. You draw first. Never cease play because the opponent has full control. If you're playing something like Gengar Mimikyu, they will say, I'm not drawing anything. Lily's Full Force, draw 4 cards. At the end of the turn, if you have 3 or more cards in your hand, shuffle your cards from your hand into your deck and until you have 2 cards in your hand. Weird, never saw play. You did have a Lunala and Solgaleo tag team, which actually made use of if you played the supporter. Goose Hala still sees a lot of play, and of course Raw Egg decks. You can get yourself Capture Energy, you can get yourself Chaotic Swell and an Air Balloon. It's so awesome to get 3 cards from the deck. Saw a lot of play, to be honest. Clay, sometimes we played Clay DZ, if you know what I mean. So you can actually discard the top 7 cards from your deck, and you can get all the items. So you can get your Saucers, your Energy Switch, your Cherish Ball, your whatever you need. All the rest goes into the discard pile. Bill's Analysis, I also played this as a one-of in my Green Blounce deck at one point. Look at the top 7 cards and select 2 trainers. It was a niche way to actually get yourself a semi-fifth green a little bit. Blues Tactics, at the end of your turn, you may draw cards until you have 8 in the hand. So bad because the opponent Marnies. Roller Skater, discard a card from hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. If you discard an energy, draw 2 more cards. You're better off playing Research, man. Hapu saw a little bit of play. I actually tested this out early on when Mewtwo just got revealed because you can actually put your attackers in the discard pile. Also saw a little bit of play with Mad Party. You can actually look at the top 6 cards of your deck, put 2 of them in the hand, the rest go to the discard pile. Misty's Favor, search your deck for 3 supporters. Saw a lot of play with Psyduck and Slowduck. Psyduck and Slowpoke, Tag Team GX, the weirdest tag team ever. Red and Blue, because why do I think is weird? Because they had more HP than PikaRom. Red and Blue saw some play with Weavile GX. You actually discard some stuff from hand, 2 cards, and then you actually can evolve and accelerate 2 energies from deck as well. Ultra Force Card Envoy as an answer against Obstagoon back in the days for your Ultra Beast slapping through anything. It's basically like Phoebe for Ultra Beasts. Moving forward, the next page of supporters. Hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. Reminiscing back on the old school supporters, as well as trainer cards. Okay, I think all the rest we might keep. Oh, Lieutenant Surge. Oh, it's so bad. This is huge. Pokemon Maniac. Okay. All the rest of the cards we keep because of the regulation mark. If you're ever doubting, look at the bottom corner. Okay, Morgan. Whoever played this, the Hat Ladies. I played this with Rayquaza GX as a meme deck, but it never works out. You actually look at the top 12 cards of your deck and attach any number of energy you find there to your Pokemon any way you like. Seems busted, right? But you have to discard all of these first. So you need Evelyn in hand, you need Donna in hand, and you need Nita in hand, and then you can only play the Morgan for its full effect. So yeah, super clunky. That's Clunk Paradise for you. There's Lieutenant Surge. Every stall deck, control deck, mill deck, decks that don't take prize cards will actually miss this. It allowed you to play 2 supporters. Saw a huge amount of play. Imagine like you could play this and then you could play 2 more supporters. Busted. Saw a lot of play with Magneton as well, with this Magius build as well, because you give up the prize cards in the first place. There's Professor's Oak setup. Search your deck for 3 basic Pokemon of different types, and definitely had potential, but all of these supporters are actually very bad because of the first turn supporter rule. I actually played this in my Quagnag deck back in 2019. Who remembers those days? Jasmine, if you go second, search your deck for 5 metal Pokemon. It was a little bit much. Same scenario, set up metal decks. I think if you're playing a metal deck, you're playing Luke Metal or you're playing a Zacian Turbo, whatever. Here we have Pokemaniac. Search your deck for 3 Pokemon with a retreat cost of 4. We tried this out with Steelix. It didn't work out successfully, and it will never be the case. Okay, that was a lot of supporters. Look at that. My binder is almost empty. What is this? Okay, moving forward. More supporters. Red and Resolve. Nanu. Misty and Lorelei. Grimsley. Okay. Belelba and Bryson Man. Don't even know why we still have it because it's banned. Channeler, Koga's Trap, Giovanni's Exile. Yeah, Mad Party will definitely miss that. Mallow and Lana. Enough healing already. We have Cheryl to replace it for Evolution VMAXs. Yeah, what else? We can keep the Pokemon Center lady. Hooray, Janine. Actually saw Janine in Worlds. I'll tell you a story a little bit. Okay, Brock's Grid is gone. Pokekid we keep. funny enough. Birdkeeper we keep, Hop we keep, Kabu, Pierce, Rose, more Birdkeepers. Okay, fine. Here comes the story of Ratch Challenge. People thought this card was bad until Tord Ratcliffe played this in his Mew list at one point. Interesting, you can actually discard 2 cards from your hand and then you can actually search your deck for any one card. End Resolve, a huge potential when I first saw the card because you can actually accelerate discard the top 6 cards of your deck, choose any basic energies you find and attach it to one of your Dragon bench Pokemon. We even tried this out with Guzzlord and Naganadel. We tried this out with the ADP. Now dragons are gone in the first place. Where are the dragons? Where are the dragons? Nanu, surprise factor to switch around one of your basic darkness Pokemon and switch it with a random Pokemon in your discard pile was a lot of fun. We have Misty Lorelei. Okay, this actually allowed you to reuse your GX move. Grimsley, moving around some damage counters. I recently saw a little bit of play in a weird deck. I think it was also, I don't even remember. I tried it out. I think it was Kryganal Lock, I think. Moving forward, Brelelba and Bryceman. Who remembers Chinchino Mill? Aggressive milling with Lieutenant Surge. Yeah, it was so awesome. Unfortunately, it got banned before it got able to actually get a lot of tournament wins. Moving forward, we have Will. Deciding the coin flip has been very easy. You can play Lieutenant Surge, Will, and our supporter. This actually allowed you to actually decide a coin flip of an ability, a trainer card during your turn. So that's super huge. We had Channeler, which actually removed all effects of attacks on each of your Pokemon. Interesting for sure. There's Koga's Trap. Your opponent's Pokemon is now confused and poisoned. Saw some play with Toxtricity for a little bit. Saw some play with the new Salazzle. Giovanni's Exile saw huge play and mad part to get rid of your Dedenne GX as well as Crobat V. So actually you don't have any 2 prizers left on your bench, which was super huge. We had some Malolanas, of course, saw a ton of play in the deck Luke Metal, which still is top tier right now, but we're gonna have to say goodbye to that in about 3 months. So Malolana, the healing factor is now gone, but we still have Cheryl, so it's almost the exact same thing, except you have to discard all your energies. But if you have some control, maybe with Bronzong or whatever, you can actually make it work, because we still keep Aurora energy. Janine actually saw this at Worlds because I was up against a Mewtwo Venomoth deck that played this, but on the other hand, Janine never saw the success it deserved. And then there's Brock's Grid. Recently we played this in Sandaconda, but now we say goodbye to this in general, so no more shuffling back an entire hop of Pokemon and energies. Okay, we are almost done, and this is the last hop of supporters before we move on to the stadiums. And what do we see here? I think most of them we keep because these have been added recently. So B, interesting for fighting types. We have Cheryl, of course, the card I talked about earlier, to heal yourself off completely. I think these are all new supporters, so we don't have to worry about them at all. Let's hop over to the stadium cards of choice. Which ones do we lose? Pokemon Research Lab. This was for fossils. We lost the fossils as well, so no need to getting out your Aerodactyls, Ammonites, Kabutos, whatever. Yeah, we lose the fossil mechanic. Maybe they will reprint some fossils, maybe they won't, but for now we have the rare fossils. Viridian Forest. When this came out, people actually over-abused this in Malamar, Ultra Necrozma. They played it in PikaRom. They played it in every deck because you actually were able to get yourself energies from the deck while discarding a card from hand. Worked perfectly with Tapu Koko Prism Star. Worked perfectly with Malamar. I played this as well in my Jirachi Zapdos deck with Lucario to find my 1-off Fighting Energy or 2-off Fighting Energy to actually punish opponents. Viridian Forest, very powerful. Still see some play in certain decks, for instance ADP. So what else? Is the Martial Arts Dojo, and that actually helped out Rapid Strike Urshifu recently, Colossal, or what other, yeah, any fighting deck actually allowed it to actually stop 40 damage if you're behind in prize cards. We're gonna have to say goodbye to that, so yeah, get used to your Gmax Rapid Flows only slapping 120 or 130 on the active if you have Vitality Band, or maybe even further with Galarian Zigzagoons, but say goodbye to this wonderful stadium card. We keep Galar Mine, so Galar Trapping will still be a thing. We keep Training Court, so recovering energies is not a problem. We lose Dark City, which means Galarian Slowbro V is instantly very, very bad, unless you're playing your deck with 4 Escape Rope, 4 switches. Eternatus love this to actually have free retreat on their basic Darkness, and since they're playing, almost every deck is playing Crobat, people could make use of Dark City. Say goodbye to Dark City. Dark Box actually was so overhyped at Worlds, and then it flopped out. Moving on, Slumbering Forest. Who remembers this one with Mareep? Mareep Sleep Lock. Yeah, say goodbye to this stadium card. Opponent will need to flip 2 coins in order to wake up from the sleep condition. Interesting for sure. I don't even know if I have all of these stadium cards in here. I think there were 2 Prism Stars left in the format. if I'm forgetting some of these, be sure to let me know. Black Market Prison Star, Wanderer's Labyrinth, they both go. Still sees play and stuff like Rillaboom decks, Scent Scourge decks, Black Market. Sometimes he's playing Darkness decks or Spiritomb in general. This is something I don't like to do, is giving up on Giant Heart. Wow, this was like Viridian Forest on steroids for fire attacks. When this got revealed, it was like, oh, fire is gonna be so broken, and it was. It definitely was. What else do we say goodbye to? Some weird, interesting stadium cards that never saw the light of day, to be honest. So we'll see what happens here. We keep Spike Mud, Rose Tower as well, and the Glimwood Tangle too. So these are some impactful cards on the end here that you don't actually want to see go, but they are going. Maybe you're very glad they're gone. Maybe. Okay, we lose Blizzard Town. Never saw play. It was nice for people to make rogue decks with it, but never saw play. Lavender Town saw a little bit of play in Zoroark decks, the format before, to scout the opponent's hand. Never saw the light of day again. Dust Island never saw play. Yeah, whenever each player switches their poison, the new active becomes that same special condition. Never saw good play because of Chaotic Swell, and special conditions weren't good in the first place. Brock's Pewter City Gym. The Onyx GX could have slapped, actually gets 40 less damage, easily overlapped, so not too defensive. Misty Cerulean City Gym. The attacks of your Starmie GX do 40 more damage. Starmie GX was not good in the first place. And then these two cards. Super impactful. Power Plant, Chaotic Swell. This is a war between them. If you don't know which stadium card to play, either you go for Power Plant, shutting down GX abilities, or Chaotic Swell. And the Chaotic Swell war is so huge, people are actually attacking a Marshadow in their deck if their stadium card is very, very dependent. Marshadow can get only way to get rid of the Chaotic Swell. Otherwise, if Chaotic Swell is in play and you want to overlap it, both stadium cards explode on the screen. So that means that Chaotic Swell eats up a stadium card. And Stadium Wars, that was so impactful. Power Plant is awesome because it shuts down the Danny GX, the most commonly used 2-price support Pokemon. Shuts down Oricorio GX, allows you to have extra consistency. It shut down Heatran GX, it shut down Mewtwo GX. So many GXs that say like, no, Power Plant is in play. Got a little bit less impactful because of Crobat V, but still, Power Plant stamp is powerful. Then we had Chaotic Swell, as mentioned, the perfect counter stadium, say goodbye to that. And that's about it. So we're losing a ton of stadium cards that are very good. If we look at this, we only have Tower of Waters, we have Galar Mine. Stadiums are very, very bad. What? Our stadium cards are bad. What do we do? What do we do? Okay, talk about the special energies to end this video. These are the cards we're actually keeping. What am I doing? Twin Energy we keep, as well as Capture Energy. I didn't know we were keeping Capture Energy. As well as, I think, most special energies we keep. We keep Horror Psychic because of Darkness Ablaze. Same goes for Hiding Dark Energy. We keep Powerful Chaos Energy. Keeping the Coding Metal Energy of Sword and Shield, Rebel Clash special energies. I think we're keeping most special energies. How crazy. Alright. This is actually the last page of my binder, I think. Yeah. You made it all the way through. If you did, be sure to let me know by destroying the hell out of that like button. I would so much appreciate it. Wash Energy, Aromatic Grass Energy, Fighting Energy, Heat Fire Energy, actually Fighting Energy, Fire Energy, all these cards we're keeping. That's insane. Aurora Energy we also keep. I love we're keeping Aurora Energy. As for special energies that are rotating, there are a couple of them, not the most impactful ones, but I'm still gonna talk about them regardless. Okay. We lose Recycle Energy. Saw play in a lot of Porygon Z decks. We're also losing Porygon Z from Unbroken Bonds in the first place, so Recycle Energy was awesome. Triple Accelerated Energy, same story. We saw this with Porygon Z, so you can stack up Triple Accelerated, slap huge damage with Whimsicott GX. Power up your Cramorant VMAX. Cramorant VMAX on that hand gets so much worse because of losing all of these. That's for sure. Then we had Draw Energy. I don't even know which deck played this. There was at one point a Gnome deck that played this, which was awesome. Still, all these energies got played with Porygon Z. That's how good they were. We Guard Energy. This saw play in every grass deck post Welder. So when Welder got rotated, everyone said like, we need We Guards, otherwise we get smoked. Also, this could have been used in lots of decks that require Carlos energies. A little bit before Metal Coating Energy got released, people were using this and Luke Metal and all that, so getting rid of your weakness was very huge. Now we don't have an option to do that anymore. So yeah, that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this run through of the trainers trainers and special energies that we are losing after rotation. This is actually all we're keeping, so not a big issue. You can just fill your deck with some quick balls. So you can fill your deck with level balls, great balls. You still have a research, bosses, orders. Yeah, most of the good things we're keeping, to be honest. So yeah, that's it. So we have your Marnies, your research, your quick balls. So I don't think decks are in trouble anytime soon. But we did lose a couple of impactful cards, most notably stuff like Power Plant, stuff like Chaotic Swell. So I don't know which stadiums will be used most often in the decks coming forward, but you'll hear that, of course, on this channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to demolish that like button. As always, it helps out the channel in many ways. And also be sure to subscribe so you don't ever miss a daily Pokemon TCG video. Anyhow, have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Don't be scared about post-rotation. I'll get you all the deck lists you need to get yourself started. And I will see you guys tomorrow in another Pokemon TCG video. Thanks again for watching. Peace.